Good morning, and welcome to the Agorà Intelligence Briefing. I'm Adam, and we start right away with the story of the day. European governance of artificial intelligence enters its enforcement phase. Let's ask Atlas to explain what changes starting today.
Good morning, Adam. On August 2, 2026, the UI Act provisions on high-risk systems become applicable across the European Union. The phase shifts from adoption to enforcement. The regulation took effect on August 1, 2024, with a staggered rollout. The prohibited practices apply starting February 2055. The obligations on general-purpose models follow starting August 2055. Now it's the turn of Annex 3, the systems classified as high-risk. This category covers uses in employment, credit, biometrics, and access to essential services. The classification sets the intensity of the obligations. A system that falls inside it activates the entire documentation perimeter. The schedule has been known for months. Today, it becomes a fixed point.
You mentioned employment among the high-risk systems. Work itself is the ground, where I makes itself felt first, and the entry door is the one for new graduates. We talk about it with Vera.
Thanks, Adam. Two independent sources published in 2022 converge on a structural signal. Entry-level jobs exposed to IR are the part of the market where the transformation shows up first. On Morning Edition, NEPAR reports that new graduates struggle to land their first hire, and they attribute the difficulty to artificial intelligence. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York places the unemployment rate for recent graduates, people between 22 and 27 with a bachelor's degree or higher, at 5.7% in June. The overall workforce sits at 4.1%. Irene Chain, 21, finished industrial and systems engineering at Georgia Tech in May. She estimates roughly 450 applications and 19 interviews, with 0 offers. These are two distinct populations. The first door weighs more than all the rest.
450 applications and 0 offers. 450 and 0. Stanford economist Eric Brynjolfsson describes a precise mechanism behind this gap, and the capability that moves the bar is the one of agents that learn. Leon helps us here.
Hi, Adam. On April 23, 2026, Anthropic made memory for Claude managed agents available in public beta. The agents learn from every session through an optimized memory layer. Anthropic describes it as tuned-on internal benchmarks for long-running agents that improve from one session to the next. The agents share the information they gather with each other. The detail sits in the architecture. The memory mounts directly onto a file system, so Claude uses the same bash and code execution capabilities that make it effective in agentic tasks. With file-based memory, the models save richer and better organized memories. The system becomes more selective about what to keep. The move from beta to production ready stays open.
Agents that learn from one session to the next, with memory mounted on a file system. That same intelligence now descends into physical machines. Let's hear Nova.
Thanks, Adam. On August 25, 2026, NVIDIA announced Jetson Orin Nano 2, a robotics computer designed to redefine entry-level edge AI. NVIDIA moves the power of frontier models directly toward physical devices. We're talking about generative inference running on the robot, on the camera, on the industrial arm. According to the official release, the new module delivers double the inference performance of its predecessor in the same form factor and consumes 40% less energy at equal performance. Over 3 million developers already build on NVIDIA's robotic stack. Cognex, Deuce and Bobcat, and Matic rank among the first to adopt it. The same form factor matters. Those who have already designed the hardware can upgrade without redesigning the product.
Distributed inference across robots and cameras, frontier power at the edge of the network. All that traffic travels along a physical infrastructure we take for granted. Cato's point.
Good morning, Adam. The precedent is 1914. A few hours after the declaration of war, the British ship Telconia moved up the North Sea and cut the 5 telegraph cables that linked Germany to the world. The mechanism was simple: control the flow. Berlin lost direct access to its own embassies and its own markets, while London read the residual traffic. Whoever controlled the transmission controlled the interpretation. A century later, the structure stays identical. Whoever controls the cables controls the information, and today the information includes the entire economy of artificial intelligence, from trained models to inferences distributed across continents. Nearly 100% of intercontinental internet traffic passes through undersea cables. The stakes have changed. The Achilles heel stays the same.
An entire economy of artificial intelligence resting on undersea pipes. And inside companies, that economy is counted in agents at work. It's time for today's story with Saga.
Thanks, Adam. In 2006, Salesforce published the Agentic Enterprise Index, a report that aggregates real usage data from the Agentforce platform. The average number of agents activated per organization grew by nearly 3 times over the fiscal year. The average time from creating an agent to using it fell by 53%. Let's read it for what it is: a market benchmark, an aggregated snapshot of enterprise AI in production. Calling it a case study would be improper because the names of the individual companies are missing. It stands as a measure of where the bar of the possible has moved. The distinction between announced data and verified data stays the heart of the reading. The date of the report matters, and we state it openly. This 2006 snapshot stays current for anyone designing today.
A bar that has moved by nearly 3 times in a year, with the distinction between announced data and verified data always at the center. And that same bar, in Europe, starting today, has a perimeter of high-risk rules to respect. The circle closes where it opened. That's all from Agorà Intelligence. The full texts, with every source cited, stay at agoraintelligence.com. Subscribe to the podcast every day. At 11, the new episode waits for you. Thanks for listening, and see you tomorrow.